How you doing, everybody? Jonathan here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set goals for your clients and how to put your clients through a fitness profile. So you're going to go to Client Profiles, you're going to hit Add New Profile, and you're going to start off by entering your client's name. We're going to call this client Jane Doe. Now, if you want this to go directly to your client immediately after you submit it, you want to enter in their email address in the email portion. You're going to enter in their age. You're going to enter in whether you're going to be weighing them in pounds or kilograms. So we're going to use pounds. When you do your girth measurements, depending on the region of the world you're in, you may use inches or centimeters. I'm going to stick with inches. And you also want to enter in the gender of the client, male or female. So we're going to start off by staying in the leftmost column, all right, for their initial weigh-in. We're going to put in the date. And let's say their starting weight is 150 pounds and 35% body fat. So automatically you can see now that the body fat is going to turn yellow because for this age range and this gender, body fat percentage of 35% is considered unhealthy. Your client wants to get somewhere between 21 and 33%. So until this body fat goes down, they're in the yellow. So you'll see that out of this 150 pounds, your client is carrying 52 pounds of fat weight and 97 pounds of non-fat weight. So let's talk about setting their goals. A simple rule of thumb for me, because people will often have very far-reaching goals, is to put no more than 10% difference in weight and no more than 4% difference in body fat at a time. So if we're putting a 10% difference in weight, we're taking 15 pounds from this 150, and we're going to put their goal weight to 135. We're going to take 4% from this 35% body fat and put their goal at 31%. And then you're going to enter in their height. This person is 5'5". So let's look over at the starting status and goal setting. As of right now, they're carrying 52.5 pounds of fat weight, 97.5 pounds of non-fat weight. In order for this client to get to 135 pounds and 31% body fat, this client would need to lose 10 pounds of fat weight and about 4.5 pounds of non-fat weight. This usually comes from undigested waste. Fat loss will be achieved with a caloric deficit. So let's go down to the girth measurements. So you're going to measure their arms, their bust, their waist. Put this client at 36. Now, as you can see, the 36 turned the cell red. As you can see in the waist circumference table, anything above 35 is considered a high risk. So you want to let the client know that our goal is to get you to the green, somewhere between 28 and 31 or below 21 inches. If you're using centimeters, somewhere between 71 and 78. All right, so we're going to put the hips at 40. If we look at the waist to hip ratio table, you can tell the client that for their age range, they want their waist to hip ratio to be somewhere between 0.72 and 0.78. Essentially, they'll be able to get there once they get their waist to a healthy waist circumference. And then you're going to enter in the thigh measurement. We'll put that at 19.5. So the cells that you want to have your client focus on are the body fat percentage, the waist circumference, and the waist to hip ratio, as these can be indicators of metabolic disease. Now, before we go into calories, let's just assume that 2 months later you did another fitness profile and your client was able to get to 135 at 31. So 10, 26, 14, your client got to 135 pounds and 31% body fat. As you can see now, they've moved from the yellow to the green. Dark green is a little bit harder. That's a high-level athlete, so you want to make sure that you can congratulate your client because they are now in the green. Also, you can see that the fat loss to goal is 100%. So initially, we had the goal of 135 pounds and 31% body fat. Since we achieved that, our fat loss to goal percentage is 100%. If the client didn't quite get there, if they were at 143 at 33% body fat, they've only achieved 50% of their fat loss goal. So this will be updated based on what the client's goal weight is. So let's assume they got to 135 at 31% body fat, and you just happen to be running a contest. you can see that whomever you have on a contest, they will get contest points. So this is based on fat weight relative to total body weight lost. So this is fair for anybody across any kind of body type because everything is relative. So if you're running a contest, you'd base their results not on their body fat percentage, not on their weight loss, but on their contest points. So you would then update their girth measurements. Say they were at 12.5, 35. They brought the waist down to 31. Now, as you can see, they're in the green. You can congratulate your client. Their hips probably won't change as much. Let's put that to 39. But since the waist went down so much, they are now in the yellow for waist to hip ratio. If they got their waist down to 26, now they're in the green for both waist and waist hip ratio. And this is an ideal situation where you have green up here and dark green below. You don't necessarily need to have dark green in the body fat percentage. And then you enter in the girth measurements here. Now, going back to this client, let's say they got down to 135 and 31% body fat, but they felt that they can do more. They wanted to get down to 25% body fat. You have to follow the 10/4 rule. So you take 10% from your weight, you put that at 123. You take 4% from the body fat, you put that at 27. And now you tell your client, listen, I understand your goal is to get to 25% body fat. On the way to 25, we're going to cross 27 first. So let's set your goal weight at 123 pounds, 27% body fat. And we'll see how your body responds. Perhaps you'll get to 25% body fat. 10/4 rule will always keep you safe and won't discourage the client. Now, if we scroll down, we are in the calorie section. So as you can see, when the client weighed 150 pounds with 35% body fat, assuming that their activity level is a 1, meaning that they engage in 1 hour of moderate to vigorous exercise per day, then the calories for maintenance would be 1,606 calories. Now, if they're trying to lose weight, you're going to create a caloric deficit. Now, the larger the aggression level, the lower the calories. I would suggest everybody starts off at a 1 and a 1, and that will set your client at 1,320 calories in order to lose weight from this current status. Now that we can see this client is at 135 pounds and 31% body fat, if they wanted to maintain their weight, they would ignore the calories for weight loss and they would stay at 1,555 calories. If they wanted to try to continue to lose weight, then they would go to the calories for weight loss set at 1,277 calories. Now, the resting heart rate is going to be a great indicator of your client's cardiovascular conditioning. So if in the beginning, your client had a resting heart rate of 85, that's going to be red, saying that they're in poor physical condition. All right. If after the next time they do measurements, you see that their resting heart rate is at 70, you can notate the color change and you can let the client know that you started in the red, and based on your activity level, you move from the yellow to the white, and now you're in the green. We're happy with anything from dark green to white in this category. And this is going to be a very useful tool for your clients because some people struggle with nutrition to begin with, and nutrition is going to play a huge part in their fat loss or weight loss. But you can always show the clients that they're improving in other areas, such as the health of their heart, which they may not always see in the mirror, but plays a huge part in how they feel, their energy, and that can contribute to their desire to stay with you longer. All they have to do is get more disciplined with their calories, and their body will follow their heart's progression. The last way that you can keep a client engaged in what they're doing is to run physical tests every time you do a fitness profile. So this is completely up to you. I've left this blank for you, but essentially you can run 60-second tests of push-ups, sit-ups, squats, whatever makes you happy. All right, 60-second strength test. If you want to put them through cardiovascular tests, if you ran a CrossFit gym and you want to put them through some girl watts, if you want to run them through the Gray Cook functional movement screen, you can enter all of this information here and then populate it with whatever the client's score is. From there, you'd hit submit, and then a PDF is generated. Now, whether you administer this test using your computer or using your tablet, I would definitely recommend that you save a hard copy in your Dropbox. So here I'd hit the save button, and save a hard copy in my Dropbox, I would just create a folder for my client, call her Jane Doe, and then Jane Doe would be the file name. And that way, even though you have a copy on your FitproCalculator, you also have a hard copy of the PDF. So if I were to check my email, the client's results will be sent to them. And if they hit the download now button, they will be able to see their measurements.